Got a whole crew of people to ride some enduro cross, warming up on the turn tracks. Little teeter-totter balance beam action. They gotta hit the jump for fun, warm the brain up. Yeah. Warming the hips up, leaning on the inner bar, dragging the front brake, standing on the outer foot, looking where I'm going, that outer heel down. No, I'm just gonna get my CrossFit on this morning. I'm always afraid there's gonna be a snake under it. Yeah, you're going right up and over that thing, dude. Really? Something like that. Good enough. Guess I'll do a little warm-up lap and see how it goes. Wonder about that backwards. You need to make the rocks way longer.
I see you give it a lot of punch to really clear that from a slow speed like you did that.
Yeah.
You're really giving it a lot of
That second part of the blip.
It's really important.
Yeah, you have to like really load it up. Honestly, the second part of the blip is what kind of dictates the size of the log. Like you can get two small blips on a smaller log. And the first blip's always pretty much the same. Burp, burp. The second one's the...
Yeah. Right.
Gotta hold weight to the right foot so weight's on the bike and not the log. And then you want to make sure you leave the clutch out and the throttle steady until the back tire is climbing the log, and then you pull the clutch back in. If you pull the clutch back in as your body crosses the log, you'll hang up exactly how you did. But you want to hold weight to your right foot for traction. You want to hold weight to your right foot for traction. Like my weight's not on the log, it's on the bike.
Really?
Yeah. If your weight was on the log, you'd slide out. But right there, you shut it. So that was that same thing where you pulled the clutch in as your body made it over rather than after the tire was on it. Needed one more wheel roll.
A little bit more.
Like you don't need more power. You honestly could have less blip.
The clutch should have been disengaged longer so it would roll over.
Yeah, you need your clutch out longer, not more throttle, just clutch out for a longer time. You feel the tire go up and then pull the clutch in. But you're pulling the clutch in as your body's going over the log and then your tire hits the log with no...
Yeah, I feel like I want to loop it, but I'm not.
That's where you could get away with less throttle. Less throttle, longer clutch release. Yeah.
That's it.
That was it. Less throttle, longer clutch.
Let the bike move.
Let the bike do its job.
I didn't hardly have to give it any throttle.
Yeah, it's easy. You really don't even need to rev it up as much as you do.
Yeah.
It's just that subtle bit of throttle just above idle and a quick pop. But then you have to maintain that throttle position or it'll stall. Cause most of the time I'm in second. I'm in first right now because I'm trying to do things slow, honestly. And I'm geared 1450 for Baja and on an XC with taller internal gearing, so.
You're on 1450?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Rap! It's actually real easy. You just have to carry that. You don't even need momentum. You just need to accelerate from the time your front tire hits to your back tire hits.
So you're saying you kind of do a little flip over just to get over top and roll down?
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't even need to be momentum. It doesn't need to be a jump from the dirt. It's just from the time your front hits that tractor tire, you need to gas till your back hits it, and then gravity will rock you over the rest of the way. It's easier than it looks. Broke out. Yep. Just accelerating all the way up till that back tire hits. It goes. It's scarier than it.
Yeah, I know. It's totally one of those psychological things.
Yeah, it's a mental one.
Game of bike. Who else is gonna join? You want to join?
You want to join our game of bike?
What's that?
Like horse or bike.
Okay.
All right, then Dan gets to go first.